Brothers, today I want to talk about stigma, right? Stigma it's a mark of disgrace on a certain behavior or identity that a person has. And in our case, struggling with an out of control sexual behavior is the thing that is often stigmatized in our society, within our families, within cultures, within religion, all these things that have such a huge impact on conditioning us. And I want to let you guys know that stigma is absolute bullshit. It does not define you. Somebody saying that what you do is perverted and that what you do is seriously fucked up, bro. It's fucked up that you watch that shit. It does not define you. Why? Because if you're watching this, you are in the process of ending this behavior. You're not the only one. There are hundreds of thousands of men out there, and women too, who are struggling with this. You are making yourself better. And it is not your fault that you are struggling with this. I'm not telling you to put the blame on anyone else. You're already doing an amazing job because you've taken responsibility for fixing yourself. But there were many things that were out of your control, and you were very ignorant when this happened to you. So when you hear somebody tell you shit like, well, why can't you just get over it, bro? Why can't you just stop, right? Or when your family says that, you know what, this is not a big issue, man. This is normal for people, right? That's not really a stigma, but I'm just throwing that in as an example. This is normal for people. You don't need specialized help. Just go speak to the pastor. Just confess your sins. Just be saved. Just do this and do this. Do not reduce yourself to their level of ignorance. I don't mean ignorance in a bad way. Ignorance is just ignorance. You don't know any better. Don't reduce yourself to their level and argue with them. Don't be arguing with people on forums and in the comments of places. Don't fight with your family. Don't do any of those things. It is your responsibility as a man who's rebooting from his out of control behavior to use your life as an example. That is my mission. That is what I do. I'm the porn guy. Like, I'm not called the porn guy, but if anybody Googles my name, I cannot escape it. Everybody will know the truth about my life and all the shit that I've done. But nobody can look at my life right now, the way I live, and judge me for that. Because I am an example. I make sure that I am an example. And all the brothers who reboot do the same thing. People are curious, if you guys wondering, right? People are curious about like what I do, why I live a certain way. I don't want to say anything and bring my ego out, but just the way I live, my lifestyle, makes people curious. The places that I go to and the circles that I'm in. And when they ask me what I do, I never hide it, right? So if I'm in, let's say, a very high level mastermind with a lot of successful individuals, or I and one of my business partners are bidding on a real estate deal, and we come in contact with these people and they're just curious, you know, the lenders, the mortgage brokers, all these individuals. I'm straight up. I help men end their out of control behavior with pornography and masturbation. Oh, very interesting. How did you get into that? I was a porn addict for many years. Like, yeah, I was really into it. No shame. No shame. Now, they can't look at my bank account. They can't look at me. They can't look at the work I'm doing. They have nothing to say. Nothing. Gentlemen, when you go through the rebooting process and you start making yourself a better man, you start improving your life, that is the thing that destroys the stigma. Not arguing with people, not feeling bad about it. Reboot. I'm not talking about recovery. I'm not talking about recovering the things you lost. I'm talking about hitting the reset button. You see it on that logo? Hit that reset button on your life and take it to the next level as you end this behavior. All right? So just a reminder for those of you out there who are, you know, you're walking around with shame. Oh, I slipped yesterday. I relapsed. I did this. Listen, early on in my reboot, I made a decision. I realized, I was like, shit, okay, this thing isn't going to go away in a couple of weeks. It isn't going to go away with a 30-day challenge. I can't sit around waiting for my behavior to disappear before I start living my life. So I had to learn to go out there. I had to learn how to be social. I had to learn how to date. I had to learn how to make money. I had to get marketable skills. I had to learn how to manage my budget. I had to start working out and taking care of myself, my hygiene. There were so many things I had to do, and I did these while I was going through the reboot process. I continued doing it, and yes, there were times when I did feel shame, when I felt guilty. I may have relapsed like back then, maybe a couple of days ago over the weekend, but I would carry the shame through my day. If you're doing that, I want you to know it's not the end of the world. It's part of the process. It's okay. I would sit down in front of clients when I was selling door to door, and I'd be filled with shame. It was okay. I just noticed it. I was aware. If you're not within the Porn Reboot system, we have tools that teach you how to do this. Okay, there's shame. And as I did this repetitively, I trained myself to understand that my emotional state had nothing to do with my obligations. That's the way you do this. It doesn't have to impact your life. And over time, you overcome the stigma. Not just for yourself, but for other people. Because then people look at you and they go like, oh, wow. Nobody looks at me and goes like, oh, well, this guy's a pervert. This guy's a this and this guy's a that. I see it in people's faces. And you will see it too when you reboot. That's if you decide to talk about it. Where they're just like taken aback for a second, right? They give me a once over. They're just like, oh, I used to be a porn addict. But from the way I speak, the way I carry myself, the way I look, the way I lead, my confidence, my utter lack of fucks to give, they have nothing to say. And they go off and they're probably going to meet. My hope is that they meet another person who's struggling with the behavior with pornography. And because they met me, because they met you, they will not put that stigma on somebody. They'll go like, shit, I want people to start saying like, those boys who struggle with porn, those are some hardcore fuckers. Like those dudes who do that rebooting thing, like I wish I could just do it for the sake of doing it. I don't have a problem with pornography, right? So gentlemen, let the way you live be an example, and don't let that stigma hold you back. Whenever you're ready, here are 4 ways that Porn Reboot can help you out for free. The first way is to subscribe to our channel and make sure that you click on the notification bell to get a new video every other day. The second way is to actually get a free copy of my book, Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men, where you'll learn about my personal struggle and the lessons I learned over the past 14 years, as well as get strategies for putting together your own personalized reboot plan and ending your compulsive behavior with pornography or masturbation. So click on the link in the description below this video to get the free ebook. And thirdly, if you're not sure where you'd like to start, but you'd like to learn more about my team and I, or you'd like to spend time with more like-minded professionals like entrepreneurs, business owners, men who work in sales or consulting or high-level jobs, men who are controlling their behavior, then join our free and confidential group, the Porn Reboot group on Facebook. There's also a link to join the group in the description below this video. And finally, if you need our help right now because you have a burning issue, it's an emergency, your behavior with pornography is hurting you mentally, you're about to lose your relationship and you want to live up to your potential or be an authentic man and free yourself from shame, guilt, and underachieving, then click on the link in the description below this video that actually says free coaching call, or visit elevatedrecovery.org and click on the link which says book a call.